Hi kids, have you ever had a dream that felt really big? Let's hear the exciting true story of a boy named Joseph, who had dreams that came from God, but his journey wasn't easy. Joseph was a young boy who lived with his father Jacob and 11 brothers. He was his father's favorite son, and Jacob gave him a beautiful coat of many colors, a gift no one else had. But this made Joseph's brothers very jealous. They didn't like that Joseph was treated special, and they really didn't like what came next. Joseph had dreams from God. In one dream, he saw himself standing tall while his brothers bowed down to him. In another, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed to him too. When he told these dreams to his brothers, they got angry. "Who do you think you are?" they said. They didn't believe God was showing Joseph something special. One day, Joseph went to visit his brothers in the field. But instead of being happy to see him, they made a terrible plan. "Let's throw him in a pit," one brother said. And that's what they did. They took his coat and threw him into a deep, dark hole. Then they saw some travelers passing by on camels. They sold Joseph to the travelers, who were going to Egypt. They told their father Jacob, "Joseph is gone. A wild animal hurt him." Jacob was heartbroken and cried for many days. Joseph was taken to Egypt and became a servant in a rich man's house named Potiphar. Joseph worked hard and trusted God. Soon, Potiphar put Joseph in charge of everything. But one day, someone told a lie about Joseph, and he was sent to prison even though he had done nothing wrong. Did Joseph give up? No. Even in prison, Joseph stayed faithful. God gave him a special gift, the ability to understand dreams. One day, the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had a strange dream. No one could explain it, until someone remembered Joseph. They brought Joseph from prison to the palace. Pharaoh told him the dream, and Joseph said, "God is showing that there will be 7 good years of food, followed by 7 bad years of hunger." Pharaoh was amazed. He made Joseph the second most powerful man in Egypt. Joseph helped store food so everyone would have enough during the bad years. Years later, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food during the famine. They didn't recognize Joseph, but he knew who they were. Instead of being angry, Joseph forgave them. He said, "You meant to hurt me, but God used it for good." He hugged his brothers and brought his whole family to live safely in Egypt. Years later, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food during the famine. They didn't recognize Joseph, but he knew who they were. Instead of being angry, Joseph forgave them. He said, "You meant to hurt me, but God used it for good." He hugged his brothers and brought his whole family to live safely in Egypt. Joseph's life was full of ups and downs, but through it all, he trusted God. Even when people hurt him, God never left him. Genesis chapter 50 verse 20. "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." So kids, remember, no matter how hard things get, God is working behind the scenes to make your story amazing.